Welcome to Career Decision Making, brought to you by Nova Scotia Works Employment Solutions Society and the Government of Canada and Nova Scotia. Today we will introduce you to the career decision making process, explore the process for identifying and reaching your goals, discuss self-exploration, including interests, values, aptitudes, skills, personality traits, and learning preferences, and how these apply to your job planning. We'll look at various options, including occupational choices. We'll discuss the importance of goal setting and more. So let's begin. Career development is the process of choosing a career, improving your skills, and advancing along a career path. If you make a conscious effort to plan your career, you can positively impact your career development and growth. Career development occurs when you experience new things. Work, life, and learning experiences all contribute to your overall career development. Career development can happen naturally as a result of day-to-day exposure to new situations and activities, and it is also a process over which you have a degree of control. Career planning is a process that involves matching your interests, values, aptitudes, skills, and learning preferences with occupations and activities that are a good fit for you. Career planning is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time task and does not stop once you find a job. At various points in your career, you'll want to reflect on the work that you're doing and whether it's still a good match for you, and if you need to make any adjustments to your career path. The average person will change careers several times during their life, and that's okay. It's probably even a good thing. How successful you are in making these transitions can be partially attributed to how well you understand and engage in the career planning and preparation process. In today's work world, the words job, occupation, and career can mean very different things. For the most part, a job is a work role with a specific organization or company. Occupation is a wide category of jobs with similar characteristics, and a career is a lifetime journey. It's the sum total of all your work, learning, and life roles. We can simplify the career planning process by breaking it down into 4 phases. The dream phase, imagining yourself in the future in a positive way. The seeing phase, involving researching to identify options in the labor market and visualizing reaching your goals. The getting phase is obtaining the knowledge, skills, and attitudes you need to succeed in your chosen field and meet your goals. The doing phase is creating a plan of action based on the information you have gathered in those other phases and putting it into practice. The dream phase. This is the fun part of the career planning process, and it's all about imagining yourself in the future in a positive way. Ask yourself, where, how, and with whom do I see myself living? What kind of work do I want to be doing? What will make me satisfied? What kind of work complements my interests, values, skills, aptitudes, and learning style? We'll explore these further in a bit. You can use the answers to these questions to create a vision of the best version of your future. Your ideal future is the goal that you will be working towards when you get to the other phases of the career planning process. Don't be afraid to dream and don't let the expectations of others limit you. The seeing phase involves looking around you to identify current and future options in the labor market. You want to identify occupational options that will help you move towards your ideal future. The getting phase is all about obtaining the knowledge, skills, and attitudes that you need in order to start moving forward towards your ideal future. This phase involves some research because you will have to figure out what training and or education you need, where it's offered, and what steps you need to take in order to get it. Luckily, there are some good tools you can use. You can use Search engines like Google to start exploring education and training requirements for different occupations. You can use sites like Career Cruising, workingincanada.gc.ca, explorecanada.novascotia.ca to explore education and training requirements and identify schools or other institutions that offer relevant programs. You can also consult with one of our staff members for guidance. Informal labor market information and informational interviews are also useful tools for learning about education and training requirements. We'll discuss more about how to access and understand labor market information. We'll discuss these aspects a little later on in further detail, and the links that I discussed will be in the show notes. Your employment goal is the ideal career future that you identify during the dreaming phase of the planning process. The specific steps that you identify in your plan are called action steps. Action steps are a series of small goals that allow you to reach your overall employment goal. The trick to setting goals is to make them SMART. That is, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. The doing phase involves creating an employment plan. You will use information that you gathered during the earlier phases of the career planning process to set goals and identify the specific steps that you need to take in order to start moving towards your ideal future. What knowledge, skills, and attitudes do you need? Once you have identified occupations that are a good fit for your preferred future, you need to ask yourself, do I have the knowledge, skills, and attitudes that are needed for these occupations? If not, identify how you can obtain these. Knowledge, skills, and attitudes are the building blocks for success. Self-exploration and insight. These next sections will suggest ways to develop your self-insight and understand how this is related to your career path. The more you develop self-insight, the more you will find you have focus, control, and be better able to develop your abilities and realize and reach your goals. Self-insight can also bring increased well-being in all areas of your life. Self-insight and self-exploration are important parts of the dream phase of the career planning process. The better you know yourself, the better it is to make good decisions. What are your values, interests, aptitudes, skills, personality traits, and learning preferences? Learn more about yourself to better understand your career path. You may know that the Canadian Government Job Bank website is an excellent resource for finding job postings, but you may not have been aware that they also have many quizzes, and these are excellent resources to help you assess your interests, abilities, task preferences, work values, and thinking and learning styles. These traits, preferences, and qualities all intersect, that is, come together to create your unique self. These quizzes can help you understand yourself and your best path. This knowledge will help you to chart your course to a career in which you are both successful and satisfied. Employment Solutions is always here to help. Our case managers and other staff are eager to help you realize your goals. You'll find all the links mentioned in this presentation in the YouTube notes. Contact us if you have any issues, questions, or if you want assistance. Reflect on your values, particularly your work values. I like to explain values as where your heart is. Values also refer to your priorities and way of seeing the world. Your values are important to what kind of work and working conditions will bring you fulfillment and success. These can change throughout your life, and the more closely your work aligns with your values, the more content you're likely to be. The Work Values Quiz can help you find out your work motivations, your preferred work setting, how you like to interact with others, and your work style. This quiz will help you understand your motivations, defined as the reasons you have for acting the way you do. Some people are motivated by money. To some degree, almost everyone in the working world is motivated by money, as we all need it to live. But some people place a higher importance on income than others. while some people are happy to live more frugally and care less about how much they make. Of course, some people need to make more money than others for various reasons, including but not limited to being financially responsible for others. Some people are motivated by helping others. Some people are looking for work they can really immerse themselves in that becomes a huge part of their life and identity, even if that means sacrificing some personal and leisure time. Some people are motivated by recognition from others. The idea of being celebrated for their achievements and having high status pushes them to work harder. Some people genuinely want work that will make the world a better place. These people often are those who make their work a big part of their identity and are happy to work extra hours without much extra monetary compensation. Some people want work that leaves them plenty of time for their families, friends, and leisure activities. Of course, people are complicated, and most will relate to a combination of these. Setting. This is where and how best you work. Everyone has a preferred setting in which they would like to work. Some people love being outdoors, others want a stable and predictable indoor environment, such as an office. Some want to be challenged physically, some want to be challenged intellectually, some want to travel the world, while still others would prefer to work from the comfort of their own home or at least very close to it. Some people are easily distracted and need to be in a quiet or even private setting in order to focus. Some people thrive in a fast paced, activity based environment. They like excitement and unpredictability, while others prefer peace and calm. When you realize what kind of environment and way of working is best for you, this will help you narrow down which professions would be most wise for you to pursue for optimal success and happiness. Interactions. How you prefer to interact with others is part of your value makeup. This is how you best like to communicate and work. For example, some people strongly prefer to work independently with little or no supervision. They may even prefer to be the one supervising others or to work entirely alone. Others much prefer to work as part of a team or in a position that brings them in contact with different people on a regular basis. Some are competitive and work best when they feel they are competing against others. Some are self motivated and want to work towards their own individual goals. Some like to influence people, while others would prefer to work quietly in the background. When you know your unique interaction value makeup, you'll be that much closer to figuring out what work is best for you. Style. Your value style will influence the kind of work which is best for you. Some people like to solve problems and make decisions. Some want a lot of responsibility, while others would rather be free of pressure as much as possible. Some want the opportunity to be creative and go their own way, while others would rather follow direction. Some excel at detail and being accurate, while still others would prefer less structure. Some people do their best work to tight deadlines and under pressure, while others want a laid back atmosphere. The more your work environment matches your own unique work style, the better you will perform and feel. You've probably noticed there is a lot of overlap in these value categories and that you relate to different aspects within a single category. That's because these are not distinct areas that are easily separated from each other. Rather, all of these areas are interrelated. The different aspects of values and work values are complicated, just like every person. This is why it's helpful to take the time to evaluate yourself with tools like these quizzes. And by being introspective, that is looking inwards and being honest with yourself. It's not enough to assume you know yourself. Even the most self reflective person can learn more about what is most important to them and what that means for how they can best function in the working world and beyond. Another tool to evaluate how you will best function in the workplace is the Work Preference Quiz at JobBank. This will help you determine if you prefer directive, social, methodical, objective, or innovative work, and what that means for better understanding yourself and what type of work will best suit you. Directive types work best as leaders and coordinators. Methodical types like clarity and routine. Social types thrive in environments where they can be cooperative and caring. Objective types are technical and curious. Innovative types prefer to create and experiment. Identify careers that fit your interests by discovering your career type or types. We all find some activities or topics more interesting than others. Your interests and the way you like to work are important to consider when deciding on a career path. Most people are a blend of these types. You will likely recognize yourself in more than one. This quiz will help you determine if you are more directive, social, methodical, objective, or innovative when it comes to work, and what that means for better understanding yourself and the work that will best suit you. All jobs combine working with information, people, and things. You will have to use information, interact with others, and handle objects no matter what career you choose to pursue, with very few exceptions. Take this quiz to find how you see yourself working with these. The DPT quiz helps you identify the responsibilities that you tend to prefer and excel at in these three areas. What are your skills? Skills are the things that you do well. Job-related skills. These can be acquired through training or learned on the job. Some skills are very specific to certain jobs, while others are transferable and can be used in a variety of jobs or occupations. Skills are things that you have learned and can be very helpful in deciding on a career path. They can be job-related skills and or transferable skills. Job-related skills are those you learned on the job and that are applicable to that job specifically, like say a car mechanic. Transferable skills, these can be used in a variety of different occupations, say being good with people and communications. Transferable skills are skills and abilities that are relevant and helpful across different areas of life, socially, professionally, and at school. These are portable skills. People usually think about their transferable skills when applying for a job and when thinking about a career change. Out of the many possible transferable skills, the Government of Canada has identified 9 skills that are considered essential in order to succeed in the workplace. These include reading, which is, of course, the ability to understand information that is written in sentences or paragraphs found in notes, letters, manuals, books, or reports. Document use. This is the ability to understand or enter information. Numeracy, which is the ability to use numbers, including measuring, making calculations, estimating, and handling money. And writing, the ability to create text and documents. And you can learn more about essential skills at the website in the show notes. Attitudes are the way you think and see the world. They include how you approach life, learning, and work. Having a positive attitude can impact your confidence, how others see you, and increase your chance of success. What are your personality traits? Personality traits are the unique way you tend to think, feel, and act. For example, people may be described as shy, outgoing, or adventurous. People who use their personal strengths and characteristics in their careers tend to be much happier at work. You will be helped by identifying your unique personality traits and characteristics. Your personality is what makes you different from everyone else. It also determines what makes you happy and what you do well. If you are naturally outgoing and enjoy meeting new people, then you may want to consider occupations where you'll meet people such as tourism or customer service. On the other hand, if you're shy and reserved, work that involves a lot of customer service may not be a good fit for you. Matching your career choices to your personality shows you which jobs you may have a natural ability or aptitude for, and that leads to job satisfaction. Discover your learning preferences. There are several ways to learn, and everyone has ways they prefer. These are commonly referred to as learning styles. The quiz at JobBank is a good first step to explore how your learning preferences, or perhaps you already know and will recognize yourself in these. When you know this, you can better communicate to others about how you best learn, and this can be very helpful, especially in the training process of a job. People who prefer to learn by doing are also called tactile learners. People who prefer to learn by hearing and listening are also called auditory learners. People who prefer to learn by sight are visual learners. If you are a tactile learner, you like to learn by touching and doing activities. You understand and remember best by going through the physical motions of the work. You're a hands-on learner who prefers to touch, move, build, or draw what you learn. Auditory learners are those who prefer to learn by hearing. People who prefer to learn by hearing and listening are called auditory learners. A person who is an auditory learner relies on speaking and listening as their primary way of learning. Many auditory learners may experience challenges when given instructions or information in writing, yet they easily understand when the information is spoken. Auditory learners may talk about what to do. They may think aloud, often weighing pros and cons of a situation. They may show emotion through the tone, pitch, cadence, and volume of their voices. They enjoy listening, but often cannot wait to get a chance to talk. People who prefer to learn by seeing are also called visual learners. Visual learners prefer to learn by seeing the information. This includes many different aspects of sight like color and tone, brightness and contrast. Some visual learners may even have a photographic memory. Traditional classrooms are excellent places for many visual learners. Visual learners may like to learn by drawing, doodling, making posters, images, and visual presentations, and using color coding systems. The use of images, pictures, colors, computers, and other visual aids is ideal for this type to take in and retain information. You will recognize a visual learner or recognize yourself as a visual learner if you hear or say the words show me frequently. Skills. There are some skills that have been considered the most important to help you succeed in this rapidly changing job market. These are the ability to be adaptable and flexible, creativity and innovation, critical thinking skills, leadership, emotional intelligence, technology skills, and a commitment to lifelong learning. Adaptability and flexibility is the ability to change in response to developing circumstances while remaining effective. To do this, understand that your role will likely evolve and change. Embrace that change and be proactive about updating and refreshing your skill set. Creativity and innovation, originality, imagination, ingenuity, and inventiveness. Think outside the box. Share your ideas. Accept new approaches. Be willing and able to quickly shift how you work. Be willing to create new products and new methods. Be imaginative and, if you can, artistic. And be able and willing to weather the storm. Critical thinking, objectively analyze and evaluate information to reach a sound judgment. This is a way of thinking and seeing the world. Understand and analyze information in various forms, including digital. Discern credible from questionable and false information. This is a very important skill in today's day and age. Weigh available information and make appropriate decisions. Leadership. In our changing world, there is an increasing need for people to fill leadership roles. Present yourself professionally. Lead by example. Speak so others will listen and accept what you say. An example of this is sandwiching. Sandwiching is a technique when you wish to give critique or say something that may be received by the other person as negative. What you do is first say something positive and true, then tactfully give the feedback, which may be tough for the other person you're speaking to hear. Then immediately say something related and positive. For instance, regarding what you appreciate about their performance. This communication tactic can help others better receive what you have to say and helps keep communications friendly. Present a positive attitude, be assertive, collaborate, and treat others with respect. Emotional intelligence is the ability to be aware of, control, and express your emotions and to handle interpersonal relationships with fairness and empathy. It's the awareness of and control of your own feelings, the awareness of and appropriate responses to the feelings of others, remaining alert to how others perceive you, and discerning and deciding when and how to change your image. It's maintaining appropriate boundaries and having good communication skills. In this case, a boundary refers to limits set through words and actions. These can refer to social rules which are often unspoken, and these can be very important in workplaces. Emotional intelligence is something that you can improve, and being aware of it is important. There is a test in the show notes that you can take to figure out what your current emotional intelligence is and get an idea of places where you might be able to improve it. More work is moving online, so technology skills are becoming more and more important. The ability to use computer programs and other technologies is very common. Brush up on your computer and technology skills. Even if you're good with computers, continually brush up as updates come out and new programs become popular. Free or inexpensive training or training through your company or organization is often available. As well, many programs have their own useful searchable help documents and online tutorials. Possibly the biggest key to keeping up with tech is the willingness to update your skills and embrace these changes. Work-life balance means something different to everyone. It is essentially managing your work, your job, career, ambition, and lifestyle, your leisure, family, health, inner development, and everything outside of work. Healthy work life balance can increase satisfaction in all areas of your life and even improve your health. It involves your values, priorities, and life circumstances. It means something different to everyone, and it's very important to manage stress. One of the key elements to managing stress is setting good boundaries and knowing your needs and doing the best you can to meet them. The details of healthy work life balance are as different as people, but for most people, this means having a job, hopefully one which brings fulfillment, a sense of purpose, and financial stability, making future plans and working on projects, self care, which takes many forms but includes physical activity and for overall wellness. Self care has become kind of a buzzword to where it has almost lost its meaning, but the most useful definition that I have recently heard of it is to be kind to yourself. Show yourself the same kindness and empathy that you would a loved one or your child self. Work life balance also involves engaging in community activities. It can involve positive relationships with family and or friends, colleagues and others, engaging in religious and spiritual practice for some, or contemplating philosophy, life, whatever it means to you, taking a walk in nature, enjoying hobbies and other interests. So, not all of the pieces of this pie are going to be important to everyone, but identifying which pieces are important to you and what that looks like. Everybody's work life balance pie chart is going to look different, and that is fine and beautiful. Try to think about what yours is, and you will probably find that you have improved overall satisfaction if you are taking care of all these areas. Some ways to have work-life balance: reflect on what's working and what's not. If things aren't working, you may want to talk to your employer. You may want to have a routine. Form or strengthen your support system. Eat as well as you can. Exercise or just move your body, get out in nature, whatever that means to you. Get enough rest. Everybody needs a different amount of sleep and just chill time. So figure out what that means to you and do your best to get it. And make time for yourself. That is not selfish, that is important. Managing your career. Develop goals and objectives. Develop strategies for reaching these goals and objectives. Decide what actions will best help you move towards your goals. This is your plan. Break it down step by step. Evaluate your progress. Celebrate your successes. Take control of your career path for success and happiness. Occupational choices. When you've completed the self-exploration part of the career planning process and have a better understanding of who you are and how to take care of yourself, it's time to research occupations that will be a good fit for you. This is also called the seeing phase of the process. It involves looking around you to identify current and future options in the labor market. You want to identify options that will help you move forward towards your ideal future. The seeing phase of the career planning process involves exploring your occupational choices in order to see what is out there. I suggest checking out occupational classification NOC codes, that is National Occupation Codes, as well as labor market information, also known as LMI, and also go to Career Cruising and you can log in with our provided login information for full access. And these will give you some quizzes and assist you in making good choices. You can learn more about National Occupation Classifications, also known as NOC codes. The National Occupation Classification, NOC, is Canada's national system for describing occupations. You can search the NOC code to find where an occupation is classified or to learn about its main duties, educational requirements, or other useful information. This is a really great tool for understanding what it's involved in different jobs and even discovering jobs that may suit you very well that you may not have known exist. Here's a look at the official NOC website, and again, link will be in the show notes. And here's a look at the Government Job Bank website, which is a really great place to search for jobs, take those quizzes, and do other career planning. Another excellent resource is the Explore Careers Nova Scotia website. Career Cruising, we highly recommend this. It's another excellent resource to help you find the right career, explore educational and training opportunities, build your portfolio, set up a career development network, and more. So we are providing the username and password that we use here at Employment Solutions Society to allow you to access more of the website. And you'll find that in the notes, but just for your reference now, the username is SSO and the password is NS35. And you can also find that in the notes. And I highly recommend this site. Labor market information, or LMI. In short, LMI is any and all information about workers, employment conditions, wages, and the state of industries, including future projections. The ability to understand and research LMI is a very useful skill that allows you to take control of your career path and make informed career decisions. You can learn about employment trends, working conditions, industries hiring or growing in particular areas, education required for those jobs, and salary expectation information. Researching labor market information will help you to make the best decisions when you are looking for a career and considering change. You'll find the link in the notes to the labor market information of Nova Scotia. Goal setting. Now that you've worked through the various phases of career exploration, it is time to create a plan to get to your occupational goal. Set short-term and long-term SMART goals. SMART is an acronym: S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for realistic, and T for time-bound. So you will want to start with my employment goal is, and then fill in the blank. My action steps. Now that you've identified your employment goal, you can identify the specific steps that you will need to take in order to reach your goal. Action steps could include researching information about a particular occupation, registering for a program at community college or university or other training program, completing an apprenticeship, or getting an entry-level position in your field of choice. For each action step, you should have a target date. Once you have accomplished a step, you can place a check mark beside it to indicate that it's complete. We all know that the world, especially the work world, is changing very quickly. According to the World Economic Forum, in 5 years, 35% of skills considered essential today will change. So lifelong learning has never been more important. If your employer offers opportunity for professional development, take advantage of that. Also, many localities are investing in their population by financing education. Contact employment and education centers to learn about applicable grants for college and professional programs or learning programs that are in your area. Libraries are a great place to check out learning programs and where a lot of things like this are going to be advertised, as well as places like Employment Solutions. We often are getting updates on new programs for education, so check in with us and we would be happy to keep you updated, especially if you are looking for a particular skill set or opportunity. There are also adult learning programs for those wanting to get their GED or upgrade their high school. You can contact us to learn about grants opportunities and about the adult high school in Bridgewater or in other areas. Online and blended delivery programs are increasing educational opportunities, and that is allowing more people, especially in rural areas, to access education. Courses and accreditations are available online. For example, massive open online courses, MOOCs. I have a lot of links in the notes for you to access MOOCs. This is a great innovation in online learning. Almost every topic you could possibly think of is available in with high quality content, and it is usually free, or sometimes you can pay a little bit if you want your work graded and to receive a certificate, but almost all of it has a free option. In summary, at various points in your career, you'll want to reflect on the work that you're doing. Think about whether or not it's still a good match for your interests, values, aptitudes, skills, and learning styles, because you and your attributes will change over time, and so you may want to make changes in your life, and that's perfectly fine. You'll want to determine whether or not you need to make any adjustments to your career path for your optimal satisfaction. Sometimes we're forced to do this because of a job loss, or other times we do this voluntarily when the work we're doing is just no longer appropriate for a variety of reasons. Either way, it is a time of reflection and self exploration. Career planning is an ever changing and evolving process or journey. How successful you will be in making transitions can at least be partially attributed to the amount of career planning and preparation you've done, as well as the amount of self reflection that you've done. That's why we spend so much time on thinking about how to get to know yourself and your motivations and what makes you happy and what you value. We should not forget, however, that many times our choice of career can also be influenced by chance and things that happen in our lives along the way. Many people find it helpful to work with a career practitioner when making career decisions, and that's where we come in. We have that. Um, we have career practitioners who are very happy to work with you. You may want to create a portfolio of all your career related or talent related experiences and accomplishments. This will be something that you can easily pull out to see where you've been and help plan where you want to go. It can also really help you when you're putting together the tools that you need for your job search. So, in summation, the basic steps to career planning include self assessment and insight, revolving around thoughtful consideration, reflection, and the evaluation of your interests, personality characteristics, values, and skills through a variety of career related tools and instruments, exploration and research. The career planning component, consisting of exploration and research, is all about being in information gathering mode. This is the time to explore, collect, and organize all available resources to eventually begin analyzing them to see what top options arise. Decision making. The decision making step of the career planning process is when you put all the pieces of the information about yourself and your carefully collected career information together as best as possible to produce a list of career related goals and options. Taking action is one of those things that's easier said than done. This stage is about literally being proactive with your career plans and following through with what you've decided to do. Then evaluation. After you've made your career related decisions, identified your goals, keep in mind that many of the folks who achieve career success are the ones who continually evaluate and assess their status. They keep track of their career progress throughout their lifetime. So keep checking in with yourself about where you are and where you want to be. And you can revisit this process at any point. Check out the rest of our YouTube channel for more recorded presentations, including on resume, cover letters, interview skills, and career decision making. Also, check out our website calendar for information on live webinars and in-person workshops. This is updated monthly, and we have lots of other topics as well as the ones listed previously. You can find Nova Scotia Works Employment Solutions on our website at www.empsolutions.ca. We're at Facebook, on Instagram, we're on Twitter or X, we're on LinkedIn, and of course here on YouTube. To contact us by email with general inquiries, email info@empsolutions.ca. And to contact us regarding workshops and webinars, events at empsolutions.ca. And you can visit our website at www.empsolutions.ca and also our Facebook page at Nova Scotia Works. You can visit or call our locations in Bridgewater at 215 Dominion Street, phone number 902-543-2479. At our Chester location, 3785 Highway 3 in Chester, our Hubbard's location, 10 Point Richard Green Lane in Hubbard's, and our Liverpool location, 176 Main Street in Liverpool, and that phone number is 902-356-2039. Our toll-free number is 866-711-0411, and call ahead of time, especially for the Chester and Hubbard's locations, please. Thank you. If you're unfamiliar with Nova Scotia Works Employment Solutions Society, or even if you are, stay tuned for a moment because we have so much to offer. Our mission is to enhance the employability of all individuals in our community through learning and inclusive services. That means we're here to help you. So feel free to come by our centers to pick up informational materials, ask questions, use our services and technology for your career search, and receive helpful assistance from our staff. We have many services available free of charge to both registered and non-registered clients. In fact, all our services are free of charge. These include regular presentations, both in person and online, and recorded like this one, on a variety of employment, wellness, and education related topics. Access to computers, printers, and fax for job search purposes. Assistance with many aspects of your job search, including creating your resume and cover letter, interview preparation, navigating career transitions, planning your career path, referrals to other helpful community services and programs, disability and accommodation supports, learning about local labor markets and how these impact you, accessing retraining programs, work experience programs, or exploration of entrepreneurship. Consider registering to take advantage of our case management service. Our case managers are dedicated, kind, respectful professionals who are eager to help you realize your goals. You and your case manager are a team. You work together and you're the one always in the driver's seat. Think of the case manager as a helpful guide who will assist you to determine and reach your goals. You're always empowered and in charge of the process. Even if you feel confident that you know how to job search, their assistance and support can still be very valuable. Your case manager can help you to determine if you're eligible for various funding programs which you may be interested in, and they can also assist you to navigate those application processes. They also often know about jobs that aren't posted publicly and can help you to work out any uncertainty you may have regarding where you want to go and how best to get there. Even the best writers, including of resumes and cover letters, sometimes make little errors, and having a second or third set of eyes on your documents can make or break an application. Also, as I mentioned, all our services are free, so sign up today. You have nothing to lose and so very much to gain. So contact us at Employment Solutions Society for additional assistance.